So in the last video, we added UI and an item to the game to have a bone as a drop. But in this video, we're going to show how to actually make those bones drop when you open bone piles or fight skeletons or open the boss chest. So let's go do that now. The data we set up in the collectible database in the previous video was this data here, so collectible data, and it has a data ID at the top called bone. We're going to need that, so I'm just going to copy it. If we go down here to the collectible drop database, drops are things in the world where you do something and then it puts a collectible into the world. It drops it there. You can set those up to be different amounts, so you don't have to just give them one bone. You can give them 3 bones or give them a variety of items. Like on this collectible drop data for the boss drop, it has a coin, potion, and key ID, and then amounts for each of those. We're just going to add one new drop data for now called bone, and then I'll show you how to go and put that on everything. One of the good things about these drop datas is that once you have one, you can use it on lots of things if you want to. So we copied and pasted the potion times 1, but we're going to rename it to bone times 1. Now this is just an ID that we're going to need elsewhere, so it's not visible to a player, but it's for you to set up the hooks between things. Now the collectible data ID is going to be bone, and we'll leave the collectible amount set to 1. So that's our drop data. Now we need to make that drop data drop when we play the game. So we're going to go and select all the bone piles. One way to do this, if you have a level with a lot of things out, is to use your entity search. When I type the word bone, you see these 4 piles right at the top that are all gray. Those are actually these bone piles. So I can grab them all and work on them at once by selecting them that way. So right now the bone piles just drop a potion, but notice that it says collectible drop data IDs. That means you're allowed more than one ID. So if you put in a comma here and then you paste in your ID, now those bone piles are going to drop potion times 1 and bone times 1. We don't need to change any of the other settings on here. Another place that I thought the bone should drop from is the skeleton enemies. So let's select both of them. And the script we want is called drop collectibles when killed. So just find that script on them and do the same thing. Again, it says that this box will take multiple IDs, so that means we can just put a comma and then paste our other ID for bone times 1. And then the final place that you might want to add your bones is to this chest. The chest is a special version of the container. It's a little bit different than the other bone piles, but it still accepts drop data IDs. You can still just add a comma and add your bone pile to it. Now I'm going to hit play and test this out to see how we did. Okay, can you see them on the ground there rotating? We have 2 bones there, and if we look up at the top of our screen here, you can see the numbers changing as I collect them, so that's working right. We're getting our bones. So now I need to kill a skeleton, which is fairly hard for me, but we'll see. We just got another bone there by accident from the other bone pile, but that's good. I died. There you go. You could see the bone there. And do you notice how it like spun and jumped up in the air? That was the scripts on the special effect template doing that, unlike the second version of the collectible. This last one is going to be a little bit harder for me. Not so great at killing the boss. Okay, we killed the boss so that we could get the key. Now we can open the chest, and I don't know if we got the bone there. Okay, I'm gonna do the chest thing again, but this time I've paid attention to how many bones I have. So I have 7, now I have 8. Okay, so the chest one worked too. It was just a little harder to see because there's a sparkly effect. That is how that works. That's how you hook loot into your game. And you could of course make new drops of the existing things as well, right? If you just want a much bigger coin drop from an enemy, you could just go to the collectible drop data, copy a coin one, and change its data ID to like times 20, and then change this to coin and the number down here to 20. When you see like collectible data IDs and then collectible amounts like this and they're a comma separated list, the first word corresponds to the first number, the second word to the second number, the third word to the third number. Have fun putting loots in your game, and I'll see you in the next one.